Hey guys, Regular Vince here for RegularBricks.com with the second part of my review for LEGO's UCS SHIELD Helicarrier. This set retails for $349.99 and it shows in the build as it consists of the better part of almost 3,000 pieces, and comes with a variety of minifigures, microfigures, and micro builds, which you can find in the first part of my review. As you can tell, this is a pretty massive build, coming in at 31 inches long, 17 inches wide, and 11 inches high, so you're gonna need a considerable amount of space to display it. And while I had no qualms about buying it, I was trepidatious about building it, since it's the biggest set I've ever built, beating second place by about 1,600 pieces. Here you can see some of the detail of the build, like the flight tower, turbines, nose, and engines, all of which helps add to the build's sleek look. Now while I love the look, there are some small problems with the design. The nose has almost a squishy feel since the front plates aren't securely attached to give it a slanted look. This isn't a big deal, it's just something that stuck out. Another issue are the sides, which can easily shift when you're holding the helicarrier, which is a bit unsettling considering its size and weight. One great thing about the helicarrier is how easy it is to remove certain components of the build, like the flight tower and the second runway, which allows access to the bowels of the ship and also gives you a little space to store your Quinjets, which are the only micro builds that don't attach to the ship. The main runway is also easily removable, since it's not actually attached but rather rests on some flat pieces. This gives you access to the inside of the build, allowing you to install the power functions, and shows off the rather detailed bridge, which is funny because you can only really see it when it's opened, as the windows are pretty small compared to the rest of the build. Opening the helicarrier also reveals a fairly complex system of Technic pins and pieces that help give the build stability, as well as the gear system that allows the power functions or the crank on the back to turn all the turbines at the same time. While using the crank is fairly simple, holding the fully built helicarrier while doing so can be a bit cumbersome, and calls the stability of the stand into question when the helicarrier is on display. Speaking of the stand, it comes with an information sticker that gives info on the set as if it were based on an actual real-world ship, and it fits neatly into the bottom of the build, which wasn't readily apparent until LEGO told me in the back of the instruction manual. There's one final thing that I should point out, and it's the considerable amount of dead space towards the back of the build. I really feel like LEGO could have added a few more panels, or maybe even a hinged panel to act as a storage area, since this set comes with a large amount of small pieces that you might not want to have on display. While putting everything together the first time was fairly difficult, and time consuming as it took just under 8 hours, putting it back together is far easier, since everything just snaps back into place. Which is great, because I'll be needing to open it up again pretty soon to install the power functions I bought while they were back ordered. Now while I had some problems with this set, I'm happy I bought it. I don't feel like I can tell you to rush out and buy it yourself simply because it's pretty expensive, but I will say that when you take everything as a whole, there's a lot to be happy with here. So if you decide to put the money down, you won't be disappointed. For more reviews from the world of LEGO, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and to visit RegularBricks.com.